So are things that bad, Kathleen, that a president has to sort of referee and take over?
Well, you know, it is understandable. The Republicans and Democrats still seem pretty far apart on reaching the sweet spot to say, here's a bill we can agree on, whatever compromises they have to make. And remember, the clock is ticking because at the end of this week, unless they change their minds, the August recess starts. So it's very important to get something done. Even so, this was surprising to people that President Trump is talking about using executive action on maybe extending the jobless benefits, payrolls tax cut, and even evictions. Speaking at the White House and later to reporters, here's what he said.
If you look at some of the states, I won't insult anybody by naming those states, but you know what they are. They want bailout money. They're not interested in the people. They're not interested in unemployment. They're not interested in evictions, which is a big deal, the evictions. They want to evict. A lot of people are going to be evicted. But I'm going to stop it because I'll do it myself if I have to. I have a lot of powers with respect to executive orders, and we're looking at that very seriously right now.
Big Four met again on Monday, and I'm calling the Big Four: Steve Mnuchin, the Treasury Secretary; Mark Meadows, the Chief of Staff for the White House. There's the Republicans: Nancy Pelosi, Chuck Schumer, the leading Democrat in the Senate. Said actually they made progress. They're still trying to get closer on two big issues. One of them is the extending unemployment benefits on a temporary basis. That's what the Republicans want. Democrats are saying until we start agreeing more on the size of the package. They want $3.5 trillion. The Republicans want $1 trillion. They're not ready to make a move on that. But if those four who've been meeting now for several days say they're making some progress, maybe they are. Let's hope.
Let's hope indeed. We're also hearing that the Treasury Department has announced a record third quarter borrowing estimate. What is behind that? Is that preparation for this additional stimulus? More spending? You got to sell more bonds. You've got to have more funding. This package is going to be about this amount. Their estimate is about $1 trillion. In fact, if you want to look at some of the details, third quarter borrowing is estimated at $947 billion. That's $270 billion more than they thought they were going to need in May. But, you know, the virus is back. It's resurging. So no wonder people are saying we're going to have to be bracing for some stimulus. The CBO, in fact, is seeing a record third quarter deficit now of $3.7 trillion. Interesting, too, that a Treasury official off the record told Bloomberg News in Washington that this is a placeholder, really. Until they get the details of the stimulus package, they can't really give us an exact figure, but clearly it's going to remain high. That's a third quarter record, but the second quarter was even bigger at $2.75 trillion.